We've got 4 things to cover on today's Interwatch. Go through the topics real quick. We have an attempted robbery at First and Hillside. Go over the injury accident that happened at Kellogg and Topeka. We have another attempted robbery in the 1300 block of West Pawnee that I will cover. And then finally we'll talk about the Battle of the Badges blood drive that just ended and the winner was announced yesterday. So the first one we'll talk about is the attempt robbery at First and Hillside. That's under case number 17C00938. 17C00938 happened at First and Hillside on January 5th at approximately 2 a.m. On January 5th at approximately 2 a.m. a 40-year-old male reports sitting at a red light at First and Hillside in his vehicle when 2 suspects approached him, opened his vehicle door and attempted to remove him and steal his black Chevy Blazer. A fight ensued with the victim and both suspects, and the victim was able to drive off and the suspects were not able to obtain his vehicle or any property. Suspect 1 is described as an unknown white male in his 20s, approximately 6 foot, 160 pounds. He's described to have a full trimmed beard, wearing a black hooded sweatshirt with his hood up. He was armed with a silver bladed knife, and he had on dark blue jeans. Suspect 2 is an unknown white male in his 20s. We do not have a good height and weight on him. However, he was wearing a black jacket. Looked like there might have been a Raiders sign on silver on the front of the jacket. He had on dark blue jeans. He had a small goatee, and he was armed with a black handgun. I'll take this time just real quick to remind everybody that just safety purposes to always have your car doors locked as well while you're driving or stopped anywhere in a parking lot or on the street. It's just always good protocol to have your car doors locked.
So this victim was just at the light for
Correct.
For those few seconds.
Correct. Yeah, he was just sitting at a red light. And then while he was sitting there, the suspects came up and opened up his car door. I believe the passenger side of his car door, and then attempted to remove him from the car. And they were unsuccessful in doing so. Okay. I'll quickly cover the injury accident that occurred last night at Kellogg and Topeka. This is documented under case number 17C00894. 17C00894 occurred at Kellogg and Topeka yesterday, January 4th at approximately 8:15 p.m. A 22-year-old male was southbound on Topeka in a silver Mazda 3 vehicle. He struck a silver Toyota Celica with 3 occupants inside, all males ages 22, 16, and 24. The 22-year-old male driver of the Toyota was taken to an area hospital with critical injuries. As of this morning, I do not have an updated condition besides critical. The 16-year-old, 24-year-old, and the 22-year-old driver of the Mazda were also taken to hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators were on scene throughout the night investigating the case. It appears at this time that speed and traffic violations were a factor of this accident.
When you say speeds, can you give an approximate?
I cannot give an approximate. That would all have to come out during the investigation.
Do we know who was speeding?
It would have been the 22-year-old male in the silver Mazda.
So the guy southbound on Topeka was speeding?
Correct.
Okay. Did he run a red light?
That's what we're investigating, but that's what is believed to have happened. But again, we all have to investigate that.
Can you give the ages of the occupants in the Celica?
Sure. They were the 22-year-old driver, 16-year-old passenger, and a 24-year-old passenger, all males. And that 22-year-old driver was the one that was taken with critical injuries.
Do we know seatbelt status of any
We
of
don't
these
have
4?
seatbelt.
So both drivers were 22-year-old males?
Yes, yes.
Any injuries suffered by the individual who allegedly ran the red light?
Yes, everybody involved in the accident went to the hospitals or area hospitals. They just did not have life-threatening injuries. Third case is an attempted aggravated robbery from person occurring in the 1300 block of West Pawnee. Case number 17C00929, 17C00929. This occurred on January 5th at approximately 12:05 a.m. On January 5th at approximately 12:05 a.m., a 32-year-old male reports while using an ATM in the 1300 block of West Pawnee, 2 unknown suspects approached him and demanded his money. While this is occurring, a 47-year-old male witness was behind the victim in line and observed these 2 suspects approach the victim's car. One of the suspects shot at the witness, striking his vehicle 1 time. He was not injured and was able to drive away. The suspects were not located and did not get any property from the victim or the witness in the case. Right now what we have to go on is a suspect. The first suspect is an unknown male, approximately 5'9", thin build. He was wearing dark colored clothing, long sleeve shirt, black mask covering his face, and he was armed with some sort of black small revolver. We do not have a suspect description right now on the second one. Of course, we are looking at surveillance video in the area, and again, if there's anything that we can put out, then we'll definitely do so.
Did the 47-year-old witness say anything specifically?
No, he did not have any conversation with the suspects. And finally, the Wichita Police Department would like to congratulate the Sedgwick County EMS as the winner of this year's Sedgwick County American Red Cross Battle of the Badges Blood Drive. This was a wonderful event. We would thank everyone who donated blood and voted for law enforcement this year. This was the 22nd year for this battle, and we would like to remind everyone that you can donate blood anytime, not just specifically during this friendly competition. The real winners are the people that need the blood, and we are all thankful that we can help raise donations. But next year, law enforcement would like to take the trophy home, so that's all
What's
I
the
have.
overall series record, you know?
I have no idea. That's a good one.
Fires 1 and 12. I think it's 12, 9 and 1, because this is EMS or whatever the calculations come up.
This was EMS first year in 22 years of winning.
I
So
know fires
good
won
job,
it.
EMS.
That's all that matters.
Next year, law enforcement. All right, thanks, guys.
Mickey, can you talk real quick about Kellogg and Webb and drivers? I read somewhere that they're paying attention to the no left turn.
That is correct.
Are you guys doing more enforcement out there?
Yeah, we put on Facebook a couple days ago that we've actually issued over 250 citations there in December, both for no turn violations and for speeding. So yeah, it is a very congested intersection, and there's a whole bunch of no left turn signs there, but people keep turning left. So we would urge you not to do that. That is a safety purpose only. That's why that's being done during the construction time. So we will be out there citing people, because again, it's safety purpose only. We don't want you pulling in front of cars going in the opposite direction because you just can't see. So we would urge everybody to obey the traffic laws, slow down out there. It's congested, and but we are taking an enforcement action out there for sure.
Did you guys just notice people were turning left, or did you have people complaining that people were turning left when they weren't supposed to?
I'm not sure if there was actually any formal complaints or not, but you know, with that congested area out there, there's a lot of people that travel through that intersection. So, you know, of course, we're going to look at accidents and stuff out there to see if we need to give it a time and attention. But, you know, just a couple of days, I'm sure the officers noticed that there was a problem. So they really hit it hard in December, and they will continue to do so until construction is over.
There's turnaround places too, already in place for people.
Yeah, there's places that people can go. I think they just choose to do that real quick and not think that they were going to get caught, but that is definitely a safety hazard, and we don't want major accidents because you need to make a left-hand turn. Okay, thanks guys.
I know that's.
I know, but I don't know if people.
Yeah. Right. It's just a matter of people not paying attention.
Yeah.
Guys ready? Jose Ocadiz, O-C-A-D-I-Z, Lieutenant with the Wichita Fire Department. The Wichita Fire Department would like to remind everyone to keep safety in mind when using extension cords and portable heating devices. Extension cords, if not used correctly, can cause a fire. Always visually inspect your extension cords that they are in good shape with any kinks or any type of cuts along the outer jacket of the extension cords. Damaged extension cords can cause fraying, and exposure to the wiring within causing a short. This can be from placing and stacking heavy items on top of the extension cords or even underneath carpets. Extension cords are not to be used as permanent wiring throughout the house. Extension cords are for temporary use only. And also, piggybacking, daisy chaining, extending your extension cord from one extension cord to another is also a fire hazard. With the weather changing and much colder temperatures in the past couple of days, we would like to also remind everyone to keep extension cords and portable heating devices separated. Portable heating devices need to be plugged directly into your outlets. Extension cords can cause it to overheat and cause a fire. Also, keep at least a 3-foot clearance around your portable heating devices from any type of furniture, blankets, even pets, to be cleared from any type of being knocked over accidentally. With it being knocked over, please check your portable heating device that it's able to have a top over protection, meaning that if it's tipped over, knocked over accidentally, it will automatically shut off. We have some prop here that basically was knocked over by a pet and it did not shut off, and it caught the carpet on fire, and we was able to get to a small minimal of damage from the house fire itself. If you'd like any further information regarding electrical safety, any type of fire safety, please contact the Wichita Fire Department at 268-4441, and you can even follow us at Facebook and Twitter.
You obviously have some props right there. Can you explain to us truly the dangers and what you guys see as firefighters out on the scene?
Right now, what we've really been seeing is a lot of electrical extension cords from fires themselves, a lot of piggybacking, and like I said, meaning that, you know, this extension cord power strip isn't long enough, so what normally residents do, they'll connect to another extension cord to be able to get to their device that or the outlet that they need. So basically, you're overheating those extension cords from one extension cord to another to get to that device. And also power strips. Power strips are highly recommended. And again, the cause of this one right here was piggybacking. They had just a little extension cord plugged into it, which overheated, and it was able to catch on fire. As portable heating devices, with the temperatures dropping, again, it's very important that they're plugged directly into your outlets, but also that top protection is a top tip over protection that basically if it gets knocked over front, backwards, sideways, it automatically shuts off, because as you can tell, this one didn't have that device on it, and it just stayed overheating and eventually caught the carpet on fire. So it's very important with the weather as cold as it currently is right now in the next couple of days, that a lot of portable heating devices are being used at safety. It is in consideration.
The most recent incident on New Year's Day, can you explain to us what happened?
The most recent incident that we had was New Year's Day at 1450 South Main. There was the probable cause had numerous extension cords and possibly or with also portable heating devices. So we want to remind all residents to keep safety in mind with the extension cords and heating devices that they're using in their homes.
This is something that's obviously preventable.
It is preventable. A lot of fires are preventable, but you know, with using electronic devices, extension cords, there's always something that could malfunction that's not preventable. So as long as you're following the manufacturer's recommendations and using some type of common sense, it is preventable. Thank you.